We are back with a new episode of Inheritance, and yeah, we left off with having to teach George how to lie. So let's get the class in session. Okay, George, follow me. Let's see how this one goes. You grab Ariel and George and head to the witness stand for practice. Okay. Let's start with something easy. George, do you have feelings for me? Too forward, not too soon. Or were you at all involved with the corporate espionage cover-up scheme at Vitality? I don't know why I'm getting all teary-eyed. I swear I'm not crying. That second one sounds boring. Let's go with the first one, because I'm bored. And I want to see him getting comfy. No, of course not. Sure. Okay. You stare him down, much the way you did the lawyer before. Really? Really? You stare him down, and in less than a minute he cracks, his shoulders shaking as he breaks into uncontrollable laughter. Why are you laughing? So, if only that weren't incredibly cute. Okay, wait a minute. So he just admitted to me that he likes me, and then now he's laughing? What? I'm not laughing. Wincing? Girl, I'm wincing. You realize that George was serious about being unable to lie. Okay. Yeah, you are gonna be a disaster on the stand, so we need to work on this. Ronnie, why don't you show George how it's done? Okay. You nod and switch places with George on the stand. The two most important fundamentals when it comes to telling the perfect lie are fake your eye contact and keep your breathing even. Okay? That's new. George nods and you give Ariel a thumbs up cue to begin. Okay. Great. Now, Ronnie, did you attempt to cover up the misuse of Vitality tech? You stir between her eyes as you answer. Take one solid, even breath. Yes, let's take a breath. You follow your exhale with a placid, let's try it, with the whatever smile. I have no idea what you're talking about. I believe you. Good, you better. I did too. Great. See, George, by breathing first, why am I all teary-eyed? This sickness is getting out of hand. Jeez. Okay. By breathing first, you lower your heart rate, and that slows the flow of adrenaline that makes a fib obvious. Oh. We're learning some tricks of psychology here. Good. I don't know, I just always feel so guilty. Aw. My parents taught me that lying was disrespectful. Well, you're a grown-ass man now, so let's stop with the childish act, please. You're insulting the other person's intelligence by thinking they can't see the truth. That's the whole point. You can see the panic is starting to set in again, and you quickly sweep back in. You're not lying, you're telling a story or sticking to half-truths, being deceptive. That's just a euphemism. It's still a lie by omission. Not at all. If the part that comes out of your mouth is the truth, then you told the truth. Technically. Technical but accurate. Construct your answers to only address what's asked, nothing more. A smile curls up the corner of George's mouth. Why? How about this? Can I ask you a question, Ronnie? Okay. Go for it. His eyes narrow in thought, and he taps his chin. Why are you acting like a child? Are you happy that your father was shot? Excuse me, what kind of question is this? Am I happy he was shot? Yes. Or I'm happy you get to be my assistant instead of his. Let's schmooze him. I'm glad to have you on board. It's made a big difference. That's called evading the question. Oh. Yeah, you feel flattered, don't ya? That was the whole point. George's cheek burst into flames. Too easy. Apparently your flattery worked so well. He didn't even notice that you didn't quite answer the question. It's not gonna work on the stand, of course. I can't schmooze the lawyer. As the courtroom starts to refill, you abandon the witness box and take your seat with George visibly calmer next to you. But we didn't even prepare. I mean, you're saying that's our preparation? At least until court is back in session and he's called to take the stand. Okay. 8A Marshall's eyes light up as George takes a seat, clearly spying blood in the water. Oh, he knows he's a weak link. George Fatialofa, my records say you started working for Vitality just over a month ago. And what about it? And already you've been put on the stand to testify. That must feel like a lot of pressure. Even from 10 feet away, you can see George swallow like there is a bowling ball in his throat. Great. Breathe, George, breathe. Don't screw this up. Objection, intimidating the witness. He didn't do anything, girl. He honestly didn't. I'm simply extending my sympathies. After all, there's a lot at stake. And as a new employee, the inclination to follow orders is even stronger. Objection. Watch it, counselor. Yes, Your Honor. Now, George, did you have any part in helping Vitality cover up Mr. Livett's mess? Don't mess up. You catch George's eye for a split second and mime, drawing a breath. Thankfully, he follows, breathing deeply and letting it out. I had no part in what you're alleging. Nothing you want to state for the record about this scandal? Objection. Asked and answered. Actually, I'd like to answer that one. George locks eyes with 8A Marshall before fixing him with a smile. Whoa. Where's this confidence coming from? I'm that great of a teacher? Miss Lodge is a great boss who empowers her employees to be their best at all times by putting her faith in us. What we do with that trust is entirely up to us as competent professional adults. Okay. 8A Marshall turns to catch you smiling and you shoot him a wink. Teaching George to lie worked out in your favor. Great. No further questions. Oh, shit. Court's adjourned for the day. We'll meet back again tomorrow at 8 a.m. That early, girl. I need my beauty rest. As she brings down her gavel, you breathe a sigh of relief. There are still other battles to be fought, but at least this one is looking up. Yeah. Now what? It's time to get back to day-to-day operations, starting with the meeting of direct reports you've been putting off. With a deep sigh, you push into the conference room to find chaos, as usual. Quiet down. What is going on here? The room slowly falls silent, and finally you're forced to point to one of your direct reports. You. Speak. The warehouse employees are planning to protest. About what? Unfair working conditions and unpaid overtime. They're salaried. They don't get overtime. They get paid to work. If paid is based on work, you shouldn't be making anything. Excuse the fuck à moi. If possible, the room grows even quieter. Dangerously so. Excuse me? I couldn't hear you through that mumble. Loud and clear, please. The employee lifts his gaze from the floor and meets your eyes with eyes ablaze. I said that You're one to talk about not earning your keep. You'd have heard about all this weeks ago if you actually showed up to the meetings you keep calling. Thanks for your input. You're right or you're fired. Actually, you know what? Let's hear them out. You're right. You swallowed down the urge to eviscerate the employee whose bravery is at least a little impressive. I should have been a lot more responsive in the future. I'll keep that in mind. Anyone else has anyone else have something to say? A sea of faces stares back, half filled with fear and half with anger. It's not the best response you could have hoped for, but no matter, the focus now is getting ahead of the protest. If there's one thing I've learned from dear old dad, it's that anyone can be easily pacified with money. Good, I'll go first. I want all Vitality employees to know that I'm aware of their concerns and they will all be heard and addressed. At an all expense paid company retreat! Woo! The room fills with noise again, the vibe much more positive, and you see there's a shift in tone. As for all of you, Vitality is as much a family as it is a business. As my direct reports, you're all aware of this. And in families, sometimes we have to sacrifice. There are some grudging nods, but considering the chaos when you entered, you'll take it. Now, I need updates. Individual departments reports. Radio, you first. Ronnie, our latest equipment budget is being denied. The company will be over projected numbers if we give the go-ahead. Plus, the current mics are fine. How dare you? You don't even use the... Enough. I'll settle this. Accounting, give them the money. Radio, make do with what you have. Our radio is dying industry anyway. First one. We can't expect people to do their best work without good equipment. Thank you, Miss Lodge. You're welcome. Radio looks pleased, but you can't say the same for accounting. Oh, well, boo-hoo you. Whose manager looks ready to spit fire? Well, I guess we can kiss our bonus for staying under budget goodbye. Who'd like to go next? No one says a word as you let your stony gaze travel over them. Finally, the product team leader cuffs and raises his hand a few inches. I'll go. As you know, we're launching a cell phone in a few weeks, but the launch is making things crunchy. Crunchy? It's too tight. We need the launch date pushed back. We're already in the middle of a heavy push. Changing the date now would mean chaos. You focus on the product manager. Is there any way the new phone will make it out on time? Only if you use suboptimal parts, sorry. You're already over budget with this project, and getting parts already isn't cheap. Add in the rush cost and import fees, and Vitality will be massively in the hole before launch. We just have to pray that the initial interest in the product helps cover it. We're not exactly a prayer-based business. We'll simply have to push the date, get the parts, pay overtime. Get the parts. It'll be a little janky on the inside, but no one's gotta know, right? The important thing is getting the product out on time. Okay, but exactly, great call. There's plenty of grumbling as you bring the meeting to a close, but that's always how it is. You stand by your decision, and even if you didn't, you already made it. Time to move on. As the managers file out of the room, you gather your things together and find a shadow looming over you. Ted Griffin, what can I do for our illustrious IT manager? Oh, I just wanted to say that I think you did a great job today. Really great. Okay. He looks like he wants to curl into a ball and die as he mumbles a goodbye and rushes out of the room, and it doesn't take a Harvard MBA to realize he's got a massive crush on you. Ew. Well, that could prove useful until it doesn't, or until it backfires. Okay. You just discovered that IT manager Ted has a huge crush on you. Yay? What's happening now? After a long day of corporate drama, you go to visit your father in the hospital. That's enough drama for one day. I'm not dealing with Daddy Dearest right now. I've already dealt with all of these crazy rascals. So I'm gonna take a pause, and we're gonna deal with him in the next episode. I'll see you then. Bye bye.